Testing. Yeah, relax. So relax. Check images, remove shortcut, keeping complete, right click, different add. See new workspace comes, click on it. I'm actually just looking for something to do. If I have to issue schedule task, not running. If clear contents of HTML preview box, it doesn't clear the search query. Let's see if I can quickly fix that. So yeah, if you do a preview search and then you clear the search box, it doesn't clear the actual search. That's probably useful if you maybe no, that's not right. It's not right under any circumstances. But what's really a pain is then if you, yeah, let's say I search for owner, alright, and then we go there, and then we go there. What's going to happen is it like, what's annoying is it like jumps to that. That can be really annoying. So when you're selecting it, you have, yeah, it's particularly annoying if you clear the search and then you select the entry and it jumps there. Alright, so what we want to do, right, in Visual Studio, not sure where that thing happens. Let me just search for the word preview-search. Just want to throw a log string so we can see what the hell. I want to see if it's actually like, I'm not sure if the bug is that we're not getting an event when it clears the contents of that, or we're getting an event but we're not handling it correctly. This should, whatever it is, probably going to be quick to fix, but unless the problem is in WX widgets. Search control, no, let's look, no event if clear search. Somebody else would be complaining. I mean, it would be throwing up if it was. Okay, honor and search. Now we clear the search. Okay, so it is getting an event. That I'm relieved. I'm relieved to see that because look, the bug could be in Ceph3 though. It could be in Ceph3, and then I'm relieved to see that because if a bug was in WX widgets, it's likely to be a pain to fix. But if it's in Ceph3, it's also likely to be a pain to fix. So this is not necessarily good news. Let's see what sig search binds to. That's a boost signal. Let's see if oh, I put on that annoying UAC thing breaks the stream normally. Sure, but testing. Oh, oh, it's back. Is it back? Let me hold up my hand. As soon as I see my hand, then I know it's working. There could be a delay. A big delay. YouTube has this massive delay. Right, so what I was doing, yeah, there we go, it's working. That's a relief. User account, change user account control settings. Now it probably broke. Oh, they must have fixed it in OBS. Look, it goes blank and then the previous versions of OBS, that would go blank and never come back. I had the problem in the past. Alright, so looks okay, I guess. Okay, I want to check if we're getting thermal throttling on a low fan setting. Now we're going to go see preview boost signal, sig search, con preview search. Binds to preview error controller on search. Which calls HTML Windows search. No, that's not the right function. HTML Windows search. Oh dear, that looks like the bug is in Ceph3. Because the provider, virtual bull search. Find string. There you go. Maybe we can work around it. Like, say if the string is empty, do find string on some junk random string that's definitely not going to be found. Or something. Gross, but might work. Ugly, but ugly, but it could work. Right. Under. Oh, what? Okay, here's the step 3. That is step 3. Step 3 is a engine. A web layout engine that drives it's a Chromium embedded framework, the same. It's open source, but it's embeddable open source version of Chrome, basically. Is it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. Let's just check. This fine string might be overridden as well. Indeed. All is not lost yet. WebKit. Get browser, get host, find. F3 find string. But the bug can't be in Chrome, really. Hello. And this is the embedded version of Chrome. It's very unlikely Chrome has such a bug where the search doesn't clear. So I wonder why. Get browser, get host, find identifier, search string. I'm thinking mad. Okay, that's just testing that idea for a workaround. It's very strange though. Step 3, find string. Or let's search for Maybe the stop finding. There, that's why. Let's try that. Clear selection. Look, cancel all searches. That's what we're looking for, I think. So what we just say is if the search string is empty, call stop finding. That's, I'm guessing, going to fix it. So the bug then maybe not in SEF3, but in the way we call the APIs. Let's try. All thumbs now that this is going to fix the bug. Yada yada yada. Alright. And it has cleared the search query. Yay! So that is exactly what we're looking for. Fix if user clears bug that if user clears the search as a preview search string in the preview. If the preview window continues to act as if an active search is ongoing, you fix clicks. So after an entry. So now I've made several small changes which we want to undo. There's a couple of things I want to do. I want to make sure first that all changes are merged into that tree. So we're going to do git stash, git pull, git stash drop because it's up to date. Then did I accidentally just drop the fix now? Do not. Alright, at least I got that. I accidentally reverted. Git stash drop. I should have said git stash apply, I think. Yeah, I threw away the stash. That means it undid the changes. Oops, but it's fine. It's just two small changes. I just want to see where it belonged. I think it was in HTML preview, virtual build search. Oh no, it's in the find function, find string. Yeah. So 3. Yeah. Right. Oh, what is going on? Here it is. But then, why doesn't it show as a diff? There we go. But undo that one. Select and use other text block. User 2021 add the safe search string empty check and a call to stop finding to fix bug that if user clears a previous search string. Commit and push. Now that doesn't push to, that pushes to this one, so now we got to push. But I think I need to pull first, or it's going to combine. Oh no, it didn't. Okay. What? Oh, we need to get reset. Okay. So let me just double check that this version and the other branch has that fix. Yep. Okay, yeah, yay. So that is done. We did fix one small bug. But all my other changes have been lost. Oh dear. Because I accidentally did a git stash drop. Oh, no, this will play. The main change I was concerned, I don't think there was anything important. But the one thing I did want was a to-do list. But I streamed it, so I can read the to-do list by looking at the stream. So the other thing that's a nuisance is the incomplete. Yeah, I'll look at this later. BRB What was I looking at? The incomplete flag. Ah, the incomplete flag. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a usability, not a bug, but there's a shortcut key. There's a feature, the incomplete flag. Yeah, you can toggle where the entry is marked as incomplete, meaning there's still stuff that needs to be done. And there's a shortcut key, Control I, to toggle the. Huh? Oh, not Control I. What is it? Alt Control I? Control Shift I? Control Shift I. Now the users are sometimes accidentally pressing the shortcut when they didn't mean to. Like I think when they're trying to enter italics. So they want a way to disable the shortcut for the incomplete flag. Now I think for this particular client, they're not. There's a few ways I could do this. I could add a special setting, disable shortcut key. For that disable shortcut key setting for that. Or let's just see where it comes from. Menu entry, toggle incomplete. Backslash T Control Shift I, it comes from there. So it's a bit tricky and weird because that shortcut key is in the localization system, which isn't really the right place for it, but that's the situation. Which makes it a bit hard to just disable because it would be a bit ugly to put a setting inside the localization code. It's the wrong place for such a setting. Design-wise and conceptually. So the next option is a special setting. A setting to disable this feature. Wait, that also doesn't make sense. Or what I can do is delete the shortcut key from the delete the incomplete flag from the D2D. So we go to the D2D editor because I don't think they're using it. So maybe I can just like say, alright, incomplete, delete that attribute. Oh, you find it special. Well, if I give it a special, if I reset the ID, it won't be special anymore. But there's probably a reason you can't delete it. There's probably parts of the code that require it. Wait, I know. Let's just look at a way that we could allow the shortcut key, but ignore the handling of it in certain scenarios. So we get it on entry toggle incomplete, lemma toggle incomplete, and yeah, we just. Oh, but then it's not going to work either if you mouse click the thing. We don't want to disable mouse clicking, we just want to disable. I don't understand why we can't just this is one of those to-dos that seems simple, but actually not that simple. I thought this would be a 2-minute thing, but it's actually a little bit of a not terribly interesting. I think that should be possible just to delete the attribute, but then it shouldn't display anything at all. An incomplete attribute, how far? Set attribute ID, get attribute ID. Login error. That's a bit extreme. Yeah. Hmm. Oops. Cool. Um. Everybody on an set attribute ID. So set attribute by ID. I think it's rather extreme to log an error in the log just for an unknown attribute ID. Should just quietly fail. Not really, no. Then I want to delete that thing. This is a dangerous styling situation in terms of, okay, defensive coding means write your code in such a way as to ward off potential bugs that might be created or added. That's defensive coding. And if you look at that, if you're not reading closely, it looks like just one thing, boom, the log. And if I come along, this is just a general programming tip. This is very bad. If I come along and I think, that log, I don't actually want that log to log, and I comment it out, I've accidentally, without looking closely, commented out a very, very, very important line of code. Because the log is completely unimportant, but that is very important. A whole lot of things won't work properly if you change that. It's just an example. So try not to do things like that. Try to, I don't know why it's like that, but it's better to just do this. Leave it like that. Then you comment out the log, and you're not going to accidentally comment out, you know, the event. Version 2. I'm very attribute modified. Right, I need to be very, very quick. Alright, it's 20 to 8, and I must leave it 8. Precisely 8. So, I'm not sure exactly how best to solve this. The simplest solution for now, is there a way for me to distinguish shortcut keys from shortcut keys from, I cannot tell in the entry menu entry toggle incomplete. Can I tell if it came from a menu entry toggle incomplete flag? Is there a way to tell if it was a mouse click? I don't think so. That all happens inside Windows. New entry toggling complete, Control Shift I. I just want to disable the shortcut, but not actually clicking on it. But only for a certain user. I think this actual read-only thing. No wait. Section DTD. DLG DTD incomplete. Maybe I must just do a hard-coded thing somewhere in the localization stuff. No, not in the localization stuff. I know where. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, we just... This is really horrible. Menu entry toggling complete. We could strip off the keyboard shortcut. It's easy, just strip off the part following the tab. If there's a tab. But we need to know, oh, but it's actually not that easy, because this menu gets created when you open the application. So that's not right either, because we need to do it each time you open the document. You know what I'm going to do? Maybe sleep on it. Alright, there's two approaches here. Either we allow this attribute to be deleted in the DTD, and we delete it in the DTD, and then that thing is gone. But maybe a user does want it, they just don't want the shortcut key. I suppose I can edit the localization files. That's gross. The right solution is that the shortcut keys should be user configurable somewhere. But that's quite a lot of work. I do have stuff like that. I've done stuff like that. Like there's a it's not that much work. What we can do, keyboard shortcuts, because there's already this keyboard shortcut. So what I can do is take that shortcut out of the lang file. Maybe add it, yeah, as a special new kind of shortcut using the new, all that cool new menu stuff I did. And then the users can just delete it from here. Remove shortcut. So we create a new the problem with that is wait a minute, where does it actually come from? Control Shift I, menu toggle incomplete. That is not incomplete, that's toggle incomplete. Oh, it's not this that we want to disable and enable then. Or is it? Because they told me they press Alt I and it gets clicked. But that is not happening. Alt. It's coming from I'm confused. It's actually coming from Lemma, yeah, lemma toggle incomplete. So if we did that way, this will stop displaying here, which is a bit gross. Unless we start moving in the right direction of how this shortcut should work. The shortcuts should actually be separately configurable relative to the actions. But that's quite a big job. I don't have time to do the whole big proper thing. But maybe we can just not hack, but start putting the basics in place of how it should work, maybe. Actually need to leave slightly early. But alright, toggle incomplete. So this should be a separate configured thing. Something like Control Shift O linked to the ID that corresponds to this, which is, and it shouldn't actually be an ID, it should use the new system, which is a sort of action identifier, a generic action identifier. Okay, and yeah, the action stuff, action identifier thing. For the controller, it's CVP. This stuff, this TS command test stuff. So we should have something like a toggle incomplete command linked to unnamed interface, either the section interface or really it should be like the selected section. Check whether provisioning, right, whether come on,
Right
Google.
now in Stellenbosch, it's 87 and mostly sunny.
87.
The forecast tonight is 81 and clear.
71 F to C.
71 degrees Fahrenheit equal 21.667
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna sleep on this for a day or two while I think about it, because it's not a very urgent thing, and you know, I've got now a better idea of the different things there are to think about for each different approach. So sometimes it sounds like procrastinating. Yeah, it sounds like an excuse for procrastinating, but occasionally sleeping on it is the right approach for making a design decision. Yeah, whether it's a small thing or a big thing. Background process. Some of the aspects. Right. Sleeping on it meaning wait a few days. That's a famous photo. I think that's a famous photo of the first free elections in the new South Africa. How long has the stream been going? 19 degrees Celsius. Testing. Oh, yeah, it's on. An hour, yeah, so I must wrap up and get going. Somewhere.